Gentlemen, we are back once again with another episode of the weekly Ultimate No Prep Challenge. Special edition again today. This is the EUnPC, different time, different day to accommodate for some different time zones. But joining me today, of course, my name is Uriah. I've been here since the beginning. Y'all folks know me, hopefully by now. Joining me, returning guest, Nicolas. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing wonderful, man. Glad to be here.
And beneath him, a new face. We're killing two birds with one stone with this edition of EUnPC because this is a new person to 4D who will be basically getting vetted in this session through the nature of how this works. But another Nicolas. Is it Nico short for Nicholas?
Nicolas, yes.
Nicolas.
Similar
name.
name.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Close enough, right? But yeah, we got Nico or Ostrava if you see him in the Discord. How you doing, man?
Good, and I'm ready to do the best role playing I've done.
Yeah, buddy. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for Nico. We've tried to get him vetted a couple different times, and then just the fates had it where we weren't able to, get the scheduling right, or I had to do something, or it was mostly my flaking out is the issue. But yeah, super excited. So without further ado, as is tradition, we'll go ahead and get things set up. So last week, we had a bit of a surprise guest. Actually, two surprise guests. We had Phil the Thrill, and then, of course, Mr. Max popped in. Totally unexpected. We were trying to plan some things for the final weekly no prep of the year, and I guess, there was some miscommunication, or they just weren't sure about the specific day, so they just popped in and stuck it out and role played with us. It was a lot of fun. It was a Lucha Libre game, which was really cool, and they replaced that with White Collar. So we're going to go ahead and get things going. Nicholas, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and rolling a D8 for me.
Bam. 7.
Survival. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
I seem to be a magnet for that, huh?
Yeah, buddy. Cool. I feel like we haven't had dark in a long time.
Yeah.
We just haven't had it in forever. All right, but we got survival, and I will go ahead and roll a D20 to see what setting we're going to play in. All right, here we go. Boom. 17 zombies. Heck yes.
I mean, we're gonna do survival, I guess.
Yeah, that is probably the easiest.
I was expecting something really odd, like noir, survival noir somehow.
Honestly, I think that would be pretty simple. Survival noir would be cool. But yeah, survival zombies, pretty dead simple. And then we're gonna see who's running this thing. I'll just go ahead and roll a D4. I have 1 to 2. Nicholas, you got 3 to 4. You cool with that?
Yep.
And it's me. I will be running this thing. Sweet. So we got survival zombie.
We play as the zombies. That'll be cool. I would be down for that. I like stuff like that.
That would be kind of cool. Got a few people popping in. Of course, yeah. So Elf Hunter saying y'all play as the zombies. It'd be survival because you got to keep eating flesh. That could be kind of cool.
It's the end of the.
I mean, how much talking can we do though if we're playing zombies? It's kind of just describing.
Depends on what kind of zombies we decide to play, right?
Yeah, you could have it be sort of like the zombies.
They're more like ghouls or something like that, maybe.
Well, if it's sort of like a hive mind kind of thing, the zombies don't necessarily have to be just these mindless. Like if they're all in sort of the same hive mind, they can communicate with one another, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like this is pretty cut and dry. I feel like this is super simple and pretty much writes itself. I think we should talk about what kind of zombie apocalypse we're in, because I mean, obviously the easy answer is, while I appreciate David Elf Hunter's suggestion, I do think it is far simpler just to do. You have a thought? I want to hear.
Hot take. How about we roll another d20 and see what time period, what sort of genre has the zombies? Because It could be because it could just be modern day. It could be around that time, but we could make it more exciting by literally just rolling the d20 again.
I like the way you think.
New zombies, we don't know.
I like the way you think. Okay, well, cool then. So I'll go ahead and pop this back up here. I'll just go ahead and roll another d20. This is never happened before. Where
watch as anime gets rolled again.
Yeah, where the guests.
Hell yeah, got him.
Well, let's try it. Let's go. Stone Age.
Stone Age zombie. I mean, that informs everything. It's zombie dinosaurs.
Yes.
Oh, I want to play like these intelligent dinosaurs and
the people that
I was about to say, if we wrote zombies again, then we were forced to play the zombies. Definitely,
just plain zombies.
That makes me think of the.
There you go. Yeah, Stone Age zombie survival. Like those are. I mean, both Stone Age and zombies are very clearly survival things. So combining them makes a lot of sense for sure.
Yes. And yes, Melnick. Nicolas is the Europa King. Alrighty, so Stone Age zombies. I feel like this should be pretty cut and dry as far as. I mean, of course, kind of our horizons are broadened because with it being a survival game, of course, there's you're trying to get away from the zombies, but there's also the aspect of like, saber-toothed tigers, another sort of Stone Age fantasy sort of beasts coming after you.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, then to the question, what type of zombies? Because I definitely think super fauna and beast zombies, definitely not just humans that would completely waste the Stone Age part of it.
Yeah.
But do we do disease? Do we do curse? And could one of the two of us be like a shaman trying to sort of contain it and destroy the curse sort of thing?
Maybe one of you is the shaman who caused it.
That is also true. And trying to just desperately fix it now.
I feel like that would be really, really cool. Or maybe one of you is like, what am I doing? Maybe one of you is the shaman who came up with everything, and then the other one is like his assistant or something.
Either the assistant or another idea I would have is the chief's right hand, who is literally with the stone axe at my throat if I don't fucking fix this.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. What are you thinking, Nicolas?
Yeah, I think it's an evocative enough setting to start playing it.
Cool. So I'd say y'all start coming up with characters. Start putting finger to keyboard or pen to paper, what have you.
Do you want to be the shaman? The shaman?
I think I would be the shaman, yes. I think I can pull it off.
How's it going,
That
Mike?
means I would definitely place my 60 in will.
Oh, yeah. So I guess that's kind of a cool thing. If we're kind of leaning more towards the fantasy slant of things with shamanism and stuff like that, I'm okay with the concept of there being a little bit of magic.
Mm-hmm.
But of course,
and again, maybe I shouldn't have 60 in will because I'm not the best. That's why this whole fit even happened. I can still fail, and it's powerful enough that you need to actually be really good to fuck it up this badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like them. Like
I don't really have like a concept for my guy. I just have a name.
What are you thinking?
I'm Knucklebone. That's my name.
Nice.
Where can you change the
that came to me?
Yeah, so if you look down, if you look down at the bottom where you have your guy down there, if you click on your name, right on your little on your little window there.
Okay. I'll name my Knucklebone. definitely have to be named about some very weird part, like visually, of my character. It's like maybe Stone Tooth, or no, Stone Tooth is a bit too much. Like something weird about my character, just appearance-wise. Maybe maybe something with feather or something like that.
That'd be cool.
Okay, that's a good name.
Ooh, Melnick, Milk Eye,
Milk Eye, right? I'll take it.
or like
So he has like one of his two eyes is just completely white.
yeah.
He's called Milk Eye.
Or if you want to throw Stone back into it, he can just be Stone Eye.
No, Milk Eye. I like it more.
Cool.
So I'm thinking that maybe my character is kind of like one of your experiments that worked right, and like I'm super buff even for like a stone guy. So like I'm a messing hulk of muscles because of like a concoction that you made. Like I was the one of like the 20 that died. I survived. Like I'm kind of dumb now. The potion messed me up. So I'm kind of like,
I know. And okay,
I know
how this
happened. Almost, you know.
I know how this happened. I succeeded at giving you the strength of a bear. And I was just so happy that it finally worked. And just in a mad haze, like, yeah, now destroy this, now crush this. And then you destroyed something you definitely shouldn't have, and the curse went loose. It's like, damn it, we need to contain it.
like he smashed open Pandora's box.
Very much so, yeah.
That's cool.
that does also then definitely mean I need to have a body strength, resilience, physical motion. I should have at most a 30, probably a 20 there.
If I have a super soldier kind of deal, you know.
Yeah. Cool.
If I have a body of just 20, that means that the second hit just drops me, no?
Yeah, I mean, you would basically take 2 hits before you die, or at least before you go incapacitated.
Like, I'm still a caveman, so I think I should have minimum of 30 there, not just 20. Let me look at the other ones. Definitely melee, though. Yeah. I'll have to think about which ones. What's ingenuity? Intuition, wisdom, mechanical, electrical, intellect. Yeah. So either intellect or ingenuity, I definitely need to have very high as well. I think intellect makes more sense to have at 50, but I'm not probably ingenuity. I'll drop a 40 on that. And let's see, what else do we have? Social, I think I'll drop a social at 20 because my character is like a weird ass shaman. He's not the people person, especially with that eye. And
so how
also
big
range
range
is definitely 20. I lack an eye. I can't throw a rock for shit.
What are you saying, Nicolas?
Awareness as such, probably also not too high.
Like, how big are we going with our village? Or...
Let's say it's one of the larger villages, one of the larger sort of compounds. Maybe, I mean, it's still Stone Age.
Let me think. I'll put actually, like, my body is very low, but I'll actually put defend at 50, not because like I'm wearing armor or anything, but that I have like protective charms that just give bad luck to anyone trying to harm me.
That's cool. I dig that.
Because like, and then we have a 30 and a 40. I guess I'll still put melee at 40. I have a very mean stab, and then finesse at 30. All right, my character is done.
Sweet.
Okay, spellcasting. Let's see. Right, we need specializations as well now, right?
Yeah, so the way specializations work, instead of you don't necessarily have to have them all written out. Basically, if there's anything that your character is good at, you can just add 20% to that skill.
I would go hot take because I put awareness at 20 because obviously my senses are not great, but I probably would take one specialization where he's like very good at seeing like any supernatural things. His eye gives him like a supernatural, like a sense for the supernatural. So
take that.
See supernatural is then at plus 20. I think that definitely. What else? Climbing, physical motion, finesse. Like, I mean, I guess will, like, does it make sense to put one for will and just specifically one type of magic, or is that too metagaming? I'm not sure.
Well, I would say I'm fine with that. I mean, as long as it fits within the wheelhouse of your character. So obviously, like, you probably won't have things like shooting, ice spikes at people or, casting magic missile, things like that. But
could you like draw a bison on a wall and like spit onto it, and then it's like a bison of the wilderness will come, kind of deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that'd be kind of cool. Like summoning.
Yeah.
My character can summon things.
But the presentation is not as like mystical.
Okay, I'm looking into having 3 specialization. I'm also giving one to social. Again, another 20 I have, but it's like to the dead. Like obviously maybe with zombies a bit thing, but like sort of I'll say souls and demons. He's able to talk to at least a little bit better than with actual people. He's really terrible at talking with people.
Well, what a wonderful duo we have, because my social is also 20.
we're just.
This is kind of
that's why no one's helping us with this.
Yeah,
a master blaster situation,
Yeah.
Parry you, my man.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Sort of thinking like summoning. I get it, but I feel like with shaman, like. It's less that I'm conjuring things up. It's more that I can command, like, the spirits or whatever supernatural beings. Like, I literally can talk. Like, my character would try and convince the winds to blow the other way and leave us alone and stuff like that. That sort of magic.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, it's not so much. You're not so much like calling forth a wind monster, but
like my character doesn't know fireball, like it's and stuff like that. It's more that I can convince and demand the rocks, the trees, the vines, the winds to just do it differently.
Yeah,
you can cast magician's brick,
Yeah.
I have range 20. I just stab things. Like my aim is terrible, and I don't want it to improve. But will. But yeah, that's generally how my spell casting is with spirit and stuff like that. I'm wondering if I should add them. And like, what should my character's speciality be? Like, because I don't want because the sort of what I just described is just the general how my character uses magic. What I'm trying to figure out is one specific thing that is not applicable to every situation where it could be his speciality.
Well, I guess like shamans would be the guys who kind of can divinate the future or fate. They can read the stars, that kind of deal as well, which can be vague, but it's something.
Yeah.
All right.
With those sorts of things, sort of shamanism, it's okay to sort of lean into the vagaries of it all.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't want. Then I probably shouldn't be specialized in anything with my will, and let's add it somewhere else. Did say I'm very good at stabbing, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
Also, I guess it's.
Go ahead, Nicolas.
It's fair to consider that we are all like I'll say caveman. So we're all like very proficient to live in the age that we are in.
Sure.
So I would say that like your body being at 30 is just that you are at 30% weaker than the average stone man, but like you would still like pretty well built considering that you still have to hunt, lift, you know. It's just in comparison to the average peer.
I agree. Like, but 20 would be too like. I mean, it makes sense that my character is definitely more frail than others, but 20 is like, okay, how did you survive the Stone Age? At some point, it's like, okay, if the second punch drops you, it's like, yeah, you're not getting far.
But that's
I think
the thing
ingenuity,
civilization.
Poisons, and
the thing with civilization is that it allows for the weaker individual to thrive, you know. Like if you're an animal, you get too old, you're gonna die, you cannot hunt, but humans, we'll take care of you until like you cannot breathe no more and you die. So
that is true.
Would, you know, you being older could explain your frailty.
Sure.
I added now the last specialization in my ingenuity for salves and poisons. It's
nice.
Just sort of alchemical bullshit.
Yeah, cool.
Which is so. I mean, he didn't use magic to make Knucklebone into Knucklebone. He used his ingenuity for that.
That's cool.
You came up with like a diet and a training plan. That was it.
Listen, you need to eat the liver raw.
Yeah.
And it worked.
That's hilarious. Cool. So I have the name. I have the name of the village. The village is called At the Bend of the River. And I just have some names of people that I'll just kind of sprinkle sporadically as we go about. Nicolas, was there anything that you had for your character that you wanted to talk about before I kind of get into this?
No, I think that, you know, my guy was already kind of strong. Then the shaman came up with like something to make me stronger. I took it. It worked, but it scrambled my brains a bit.
Sure.
I do not think so logically no more, you know?
Right.
And that's it.
Cool. So as far as where we want to start, where do we want to start? do we want it to be something where it's like the apocalypse is, or at least this affliction has been established and it's, you know, it's known, it's a thing that's been going on for a couple weeks or something, or is this still very much new?
Oh, you know what that could be? Go ahead, Nico. You speak.
I was honestly, because it's less that I caused it and more that it's both our faults, but primarily my fault that the thing that protecting our village from whatever the fuck was going on is currently down.
Oh, okay.
So it's something that has been going on for a while. My master built a ward, and now I need to find the things to rebuild it. Because my master is dead. He's still talking to me, but he's dead. He can't fix it anymore. I need to do it.
Okay, so it is a survival, but what if there is something that implies that is the catalyst? What if there is like this titanic mammoth, which is zombified, and the zeitgeist is that, oh, if we kill that thing, we bring the curse down, kind of deal?
We definitely need to gather some things powerful that will scare the dead away from our village.
I like that. I like the I love the idea of there being this ward around the village that got knocked down and you have to do something to fix it. But maybe what if the big beast was seen as the thing that's disrupting it, and you have to destroy the beast in order to like take the first step, or maybe you've done everything and that's just the final thing.
Is that survival though? No.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we just try
we
to
need
survive. Try to make the village survive. We start off with that.
Yeah, we are the two. Like everyone else is currently basically just huddling into in the village, and we're the two who are tasked with getting something out there that will place the water again or whatever, because we fucked it up. And like we're just all right. Us two need to go into the wilderness with the undead, with the zombie creatures, and get what we need to get and come back. It's partly our punishment, my punishment, and I was allowed to bring Knucklebone with because I'm not the most physically impressive one. I need some muscle to get this done. Also, just to carry it, whatever we're trying to get back. It's not going to be light. It's not going to be like a small thing. Probably some bones from something.
What do you think, Nicolas?
I'm down with it.
Cool. All right, so I'll give a short little intro, and then y'all can have at it. We ready?
Of course.
Awesome. At the bend of the river, a terrible plague has wafted over the land, has affected the men and the creatures that exist there. The dead clawing out from their grave sites and accosting the residents of the village. The early morning sun, the frost of the season coating the plant life. The sun just now beginning to peer through a window of a mud hut. Take it away.
I'm basically walking in circles inside the hut, the laboratory of my masters, trying to think what will solve this, what will solve this, what will solve this. And of course saying that out loud.
I am outside the hut as I'm dragging 3 bodies of corpses tied in a knot behind me. Gonna throw them inside the hut.
Devil! I re back at one of them was basically almost falling on top of me. And I guess taking out the knife, maybe there's some hint. And I try and cut open, see if the answer is within these foul corpses somehow.
The eyes of these corpses are coated in a dark gray film, occluding any humanity from them. Their skin, one of them more decomposed than the rest, but all of their skin sallow, pale gray, recessed gum line.
I duck over the tent door to walk in. Massive. I have to enter in sideways. Be telling you, they don't smell. They don't smell the same.
These are more withered. Exactly what I needed, I think. Those are not just dead. These eyes. I sort of grab a head and just stare at it and try and pierce through it to sort of literally with the eye that properly sees such things, my white eye, see if there's the answer somewhere deep in there.
Go ahead and roll.
All right, this is a awareness of supernatural, so 40 and 92. That's a failure.
The sheer force of hunger and aggression drowns out all other noise. The whitened, the grayed out eyes, indicative of an infected.
Mm-hmm. No. I need to.
Breathing heavy, scratching my shoulder, looking around.
A twig snaps outside of the door.
I immediately hulk outside the mud flap, raising my arms to make myself look even larger. Oh.
A young child, seeing the large form of Knucklebone, falls to his bottom, scuttling away. The small child known as Soft Hand says, Knucklebone, Chief Redheart wants to see you.
No, shaman.
Well, shaman too. Both of you.
Nod. Just peer my head inside the tent. Chief wants to see.
At this point, I left the corpses in the center where he tossed them, and at one of the sort of sacks, I was currently mixing some concoction, some drug that may get me closer to the spirits and try and sort of convey with them as like, the chief, okay, I guess this can wait. I'm packing the very powerful drug just with me, and make myself ready. And all right. We can talk to the chief.
I wait to follow Milkai by Milkai's side.
Right, I lead the way then. Step forward. Basically, in the physical shadow of Knucklebone at all times, as the sun is behind us.
In the village, the few people that are left, several of them scattered about, some of them fixing the fortifications, the wooden pikes that they have set up around the entranceways. The sound of a hammer, a wooden hammer striking something down into the ground. The chief's hut, one of the same mud huts. The only difference, a red marking painted above the door. And a man with his back facing away, standing over a sort of table.
With a much higher pitched noise and nasal voice. I'm not going to try and do too much. Milkai bows and, you wish to see us? And great chieftain.
This
step it forward, yeah.
This man turns around, a athletic build, firm brow. He has a mark across the front left of his chest, across his heart. Gives a look, sort of shaggy hair. Come.
I walk into the tent.
Come in, both of you.
Of course.
I kind of lightly press towards Milkai's back so he can hurry, and I can duck to get inside the mud hut as well.
Pounding away at a bowl of something is a woman wearing a shawl and sort of wrapped around her body, pounding away at something. A bit younger, the wife of Redheart, the chief. He gives her a look. She nods and turns to begin to walk out of the hut.
I move my arm out of the way to not block the passage.
Milkai.
Yes.
You tell me you have knowledge of how to save our people.
I have the general idea, yes.
The shield that protected us from this disease has been destroyed, no, or simply laid down?
It has been damaged. I'm positive it can be repaired. I know its general function. Of course, everyone knows its general function. Milk Guy is sort of trying to basically almost only half paying attention, sort of again sinking visibly in his thoughts. My master, Ravenhead, would certainly have known this, but I have some avenues I'm currently exploring to find out what could be the solution. It is the bone totems we have. Yes, I understand. I know the general bones we need, but I don't think just replacing the bones will do the trick. I think we need more things, and we need to do it in a very specific way. And
he lifts up a hand. I do not need to know how the water flows down from the mountain to know that it will make its way into my drinking gourd. I trust you know what to do. Make sure that...
Of course. I will. I promise.
He looks to Knucklebones. And you, make sure he doesn't die in the process.
I nod slowly.
He begins to, having now stepped around the desk, he seats himself in a stool and says, "Be wary of those with red nose, whose life force seeps from their mouths and their noses. It's those who are the infected, the ones afflicted by this curse. If a man's blood seeps from his nose, steer clear of him or kill him."
Very good. Yes.
He gives a nod of dismissal and turns back to overlook some leaves, large palm leaves with writing on them.
Milk Eye would be daring and try and ask something of the chief.
He looks back over. What is it?
I may require a sharper dagger for acquiring. I have one, of course, and I present it. But it may be useful for this very high purpose that may save us all. I may require something sharper than this.
Milk Eye wants dark glass.
He looks back. Go ahead and make an ingenuity roll.
Ingenuity, right. So that has nothing to do with poison, so 40. That's 33. Succeed.
He stands up, walks over to a rudimentary basket, woven basket, and he lifts up the lid. Set into the basket is an animal skin. He reaches and pulls out a finely made obsidian glass dagger. Walking towards you. This is to go to the firstborn of the village chief. If this does not return to me, we have no hope. We have no future for our people. He very carefully, with weightiness, hands it over to Milk Eye.
I grab it, and I inspect it, and almost marvel at it for a moment. With this, I can succeed. Yes.
I with my left hand, using only 2 figures, almost covering half of Milkai's back. Gonna push him to make him bow to the chief.
Milkai was way too distracted by it to show proper respect, and of course he bows.
He nods in return. Now go. Do not return until it is completed.
We will not. We will return when it's completed. Very soft.
I pull open the glass, the stone and bone beads that makes for a door. Allow passage for Milkai.
I hurry. And trying to think. What would I think requires the repair of this shield, the ward? I still have the drug. However, I think one more time I will first look at the ward itself and maybe inspect it. Maybe a detail will come to me there. So we go, I assume this is probably at the highest point of the village somewhere.
Atop a hill, the large stone mill used to roughly grind the meal and the various grains of the village. Affixed at the top of the mill, an effigy, an altar to the spirits long departed.
Following Milkai.
That where the ward has been set.
I'm smelling the air as I follow Milkai.
Once I arrive, at least close to it, I know there are spirits there. And I try and see, because I believe most of them were gone, or if not all of them, but maybe there's still one of them there. I try again, maybe sense some or one of them. Maybe one of them I can converse with.
Go and roll.
That is not a crit, but barely. So a success.
Within the mill, one of the older members of the village, Mudhand, is pushing along the millstone, the long post hanging out of it. The sound of the stone on stone begins to meld into a white noise, the sound of a river rushing and babbling. It fills your head, and then a voice. Speak.
We're trying to restore the altar. Tell me, what is missing? What can be done?
To fix what has been broken requires replacement. The skull is fragmented. It must be anew. In the altar, the bones of several different creatures have been placed within. The femur of a deer, the arm bone of an ox, the horn of a rhino. All these pieces of animals brought together. The foot of a sheep, but its centerpiece, the skull of a large woolly mammoth to the north, where they are native. A massive crack running down its forehead as the two pieces of it have been rent
All the while I'm standing behind Milkai, confused look on my face as I listen him mumble to himself.
It must be the skull. I mean, I should have known. I must confess, probably I was. It sort of steps the side of it, sort of presenting it to Knucklebone, trying to explain to him. It is definitely the skull. There's nothing else missing. We can't glue the parts together. We need to find a new mammoth skull. That's most of it. And I think from there on out, I can probably improvise. But we need to find a dead mammoth. And normally, it'd be quite easy. We just wander until we find some sickly old one that maybe tied, and the different beasts of the different carrions just take it apart, and then we just grab it. But now, because of the curse, this is almost the worst idea. We may even want to find a living one. Have you ever seen a living mammoth, Knucklebone?
I lag before I answer. Yes. Knucklebeaning hunt. Need a man. Need
Space, probably.
men. Many men.
Many men. Yes, but I don't think we'll get many men. I think we need to do it to the two of us. And we may not need to hunt it, or at least while it's enraged. We may be able to trick it. I may have some things I can do, but we need to find it, and finding it or getting to it. That'll be almost probably the harder part of the two, if you ask me.
I point over valley. Many mammoth.
Yes. Many months. Well, I can't really travel faster, so yeah, we better make our way.
Mudhand now finishing pushing the large post, grabbing a basket and beginning to sweep some of the dregs of the meal into it. He said, many mammoth in the valleys. He looks out the window, and he's right. To the north, in the valleys, there are these tall cliffs, and the mammoths stand atop these cliffs where the glaciers cut through and created these rivers.
It's going to be very cold. I definitely need to bring more clothes, and for you as well. We need to maybe stitch a few blankets together, multiple blankets to cover you, Knucklebone.
Start scratching my head. We need more men. Cannot hunt mammoths like you.
Mudhand hauls the basket onto his shoulder, gives a look to the two of you. Knucklebones isn't as he's not as foolish as he may seem. He turns to start walking out.
But who can we ask? I normally don't rely on men, I suppose. Though, of course, I normally don't hunt mammoths. I hunt smaller things, things that can be tricked, things that can just be captured in your clasp of your hands.
A voice cries out in the courtyard. Help! Help! My son! What is my son? Mudhand rushes out.
Milka just looks sort of from afar, not intending to help immediately.
Kids play. Kids play. I point back to where I pointed before. We need to go north.
We should Should we help here? I mean, if we need more men, maybe helping here could convince some of them to come with us. You know, I recall that's how you make friends. I've heard it once.
A man in the courtyard, frantically looking around, searching around, a white smear across his chest. My son, soft hand, yelling aloud.
Soften, right? That was the boy, right?
I kind of ignoring Milka. I start walking downhill, going back to the center of the village.
No, wait! I hurry after him.
The man, white chest, there holding, seeing Mud Hand, grabs him. I'm looking for my son. Where is my son? Another voice calls out, monsters ahead! They're coming! All hands at the ready! As in the distance, the sound of in the far distance.
As I hear the word monster, I hit the ground with both my hands like a gorilla. And I almost running on all fours, I rush towards the opening of the wooden palisades we've built, leaving dust behind me.
I hurry after them, though definitely can't mount such a speed.
White chest, Mud Hand, and the lead of the village defense, Careful Mind, all grabbing weapons, grabbing wooden spears, wooden pikes. They begin to follow behind Knucklebone. Ahead in the distance, 3 sallow-skinned, gray-skinned, darkened-eyed people running at almost an ape-like gait, almost on all fours, but not quite, rushing towards everyone.
As I'm running, I walk past one of the palisades. I just pluck out of the ground this large pointed log, and I hurl towards right in the middle of the creatures.
Go and roll. Skewered clean through one of them. The pike goes into his chest, pinning him to the ground. The other 2 continuing on around. One of them, spooked by it, begins to take a bit of a wider berth, slowing down a tad bit.
I beat on my chest, being loud. Like saliva flowing out of my mouth.
Okay.
I look as the one who took the detour now runs over a patch that is a bit more sandy, and I whisper into the ground, swallow him whole, let his legs fall into mud, and let him never come back. And I try and conjure up quicksand where there wasn't any.
Go and roll.
That is a success.
Running along. Failure. The winds shift, and a trickle of water begins to sweep in front of him, in front of the creature. And the ground becomes fluid as a leg falls in and trapped at the knee. The other leg sort of hiked up, trying to step on solid ground, begins to struggle beneath it. One more still running towards you. It runs towards Milkai with teeth bared, its gums receding, its gums having recessed. They're all red and gross, and it lashes back with dead, lengthened nails trying to slash at you.
Right.
Go and roll defense.
Yes. That is a failure.
The creature, narrowly missing its strike, pushes you back as it barely misses. The gross smell of decay on its breath.
Knucklebone, help me!
I jump with both hands towards the creature's back to clasp it, both arms at the same time.
Go ahead and roll.
That is...
The creature, in pure hunger and pure ecstasy, it ducks out of the way, and seeing Knucklebones coming for it, it latches on and bites down on your arm. Go ahead and take one strike.
My blood gushes out in bunt.
I get my eyes fill with absolute malice. As for its moment turn its back on me, I take out the obsidian dagger and stab at him.
Go and roll.
That's a failure, though.
The creature being pulled away by Knucklebones' retaliation barely misses the strike. It's still holding on, teeth bared into Knucklebones' arm. It tries to, it opens its mouth, attempting to bite down again. Failure. Narrowly missing, it loosens its grip and rolls on the ground, having tasted blood.
Shaking my arm as blood gushes out. I go for a stomp right at the back of its spine.
Go and roll.
Actually, success.
Failure. The creature, its bones snapping and cracking as it slams into the ground.
Lift my foot up again, and it spasms as I mangle its main nervous system.
Okay.
I take out my satchel, especially for this situation, with different parts, lemongrass, some white cream and stuff like that. Hold still, Knucklebone, right now! And I try and basically disinfect, and not, of course, have it grow back immediately, but at the very least prevent the obvious. And I'll roll for ingenuity. That is a success. Yes.
The poultice applied to the arm, a soothing feeling. The pain beginning to lessen. One of the creatures still held by this quicksand now begins to try to wiggle its way out, trying to free itself from the quicksand. Its leg beginning to suction out as it tries to claw its way back onto ground, making a little bit of headway.
After the bomb is applied, I reach down and the now smashed in half creature, grabbed by its leg, hurl towards the other creature, the leg. Fail.
The creature low to the ground, trying to claw the body, flies overhead. It tries to claw its way out once more, trying to make more headway. Once again, clawing a little bit more. Mudhand from behind comes up to it with a spear in hand, tries to strike down at it, narrowly missing it. Okay.
I shouldn't have come closer. All right, if sand may not work, maybe At least these eyes. It must be this eyes. And again, I focus. Sand of 100 suns. Strike at them in their eyes. Burn them. Singe them from within. And I try and have the sand in front of the face of the creature sort of lift up and just completely spike at him, basically. And that is a success.
A strong wind picks up, a very strong wind, begins to whip the sand around as the face of this monster is sandblasted. The ground, the once quick sand, now hardens as one leg is still stuck in, now completely unable to move that leg. It continues to struggle as it's consumed by the sand, and then the wind dies down and the sand rests on it.
Sweat beads over my face, breathing heavy, almost like a sleeping bear going up and down with my whole back.
We can't take anyone with us. There's barely enough to defend. We need to succeed at this, finding the skull ourselves. I think we can pull it off. I have an idea.
Knucklebone, roll will.
Yeah.
Warmth coming from the bite on your arm. The cloth now red with blood. At the slightest, most minor pang of hunger.
Shake the arm that was bitten a bit. And I start blowing at it, at the wound.
I assume Milkai. Then again, Milkai doesn't see much. Perhaps he has disinfectant, or at least the closest thing we can get to it, of course. But
I start stumbling back into the village. Need a club.
The others in the village looking back and forth to one another, seeing the red on the arm. White Chest shoves Mud Hand and says, "Club, get him, Club. Will you go save Soft Hand? They've taken him to the north."
that's where we're going.
I look back and forth at Milka. I point to him like, that's your answer. As I wait for a stone club to be delivered.
Sound of as a large stone club is brought forth.
I approach it, picking up by the hilt. Rested on my massive shoulder.
A heavy wooden stone inlaid into a stout wooden handle wrapped around with twine and cord. The rest of them all looking at Milk Eye, looking at Knucklebone, looking at the bite mark bandaged. Redheart walking up to Milk Eye. Has he been hurt?
Indeed, he was.
You must not come back. Make sure it is done, but looks to Knucklebone.
Where should we leave the skull for you to find it?
Leave it.
I can make.
Leave it where the trees begin and the road ends.
All right.
Looks to
Knucklebone.
I'm sorry.
You have the strength of many men. We too will hunt the mammoth.
Me no get sick. Me strong. I turn my back, lumbering as I walk, heavier with the stone hammer.
The road ahead to the north, winding up a large hill. It leads to the valley. This time of year, the mornings are cold, but as the day progresses, the frost melts away and gives way to an afternoon warmth, and the evening again back to cold. The tall cliff sides of this valley down below, the massive valleys that have been cut through by the ever melting glaciers, showing the river below.
All right. The road. Remind me, how far will it be? Do we have enough food? Do we need to procure more? I brought a fair bit with me, but I look around, trying to see if there's anything we could maybe gather.
Fish in the river, berries
Fish in the river.
in the woods.
You may roll if you wish.
Yes. I succeed.
The wildlife residing in this river, the small forests that run parallel within the valley, atop one of the tall cliff sides in this massive canyon overlooking at the cliff side of the canyon that looks into the valley. Smoke billows up from a village atop. All sorts of small game, fish in the river.
A village. Is it wise for us to make contact there already? Then again, maybe we can convince. What am I saying? Should we go to that village over there? I'm not sure.
Chief did not say to talk.
Yeah. But fishing is not a bad idea. Let's try some.
I bring down my hammer as I'm inspecting. It's a huge hammer. I look at the fish, and the hammer at the fish. Can no hunt. No fish with hammer.
No fish with me.
A sound. A loud sound of a braying trunk rings and echoes in the far distance.
The hairs on my back stand up. I look at least a foot larger, holding my hammer into defensive position. Then, Mammoth.
I mean, then again. Wait, I just remembered. Didn't they say someone took soft hands? Could soft hands be in this village over there? Maybe.
I'm still eyes wide and fixated towards the noise direction.
Milka is not even paying attention. It's like, right, but we were searching for him. For him, the mammoth is not just part of the equation. It's like, okay, well, the mammoth is there, just completely ignoring the danger almost. Yeah. To its peril, of course.
Atop the tall walls of this canyon, a vast shadow blocks out the sun as the large form of a hairy, woolly mammoth stands atop one of the cliffs. It lets out another loud horn from its trunk.
Stand the ground. Mammoth never alone. Mammoth like people. Always in group.
Always in group, yes. We need to separate one at the very least. How could I separate it? Maybe. Maybe I could have the wind deceive it. Think that it needs to go further south. That something is, maybe a mate or something like that is waiting. I'll try. And I focus on the wind, sort of having heard this horn again, mimicking a similar one from the opposite direction of us to try and lure it away from possible other mammoths. I'll make a will for that, of course. That's a failure.
The wind shifts and the creature turns. The large shadow that it casts, a porthole shines through, a spotlight shines through in the middle of the shadow as the sun is visible through the body of the creature.
Oh, there's definitely no one with him then.
Several holes of decay now visible, clean through the corpse of this woolly mammoth. It continues to lumber on.
I think we need that one.
Holding my hammer with just one hand, I go low on the floor, like using my knuckles as feet, almost pretty much. As I slowly crawl towards the mammoth.
I could. There is one thing I think I have seen my master done at the beginning of this. There is the winds can help a body decompose faster. Maybe with magic I can have it decomposed until it's nothing but bone, if it's already dead. But this will be powerful, and not a one and done by no means. It'll at the very least need to be distracted. So yes.
Roll hard. So a minus 40 to the skill.
Hard, you said? On what should I roll? Hard on will. Or
yes.
What?
Yeah. So
okay,
your will score minus 40.
Okay. That's a 10. That's a success.
The wind. No, you're good. The wind blowing. Pushes the creature again around. It starts to spin around, trying to push against the wind. The smell of decay and rot as warm air from the sun begins to fill the cavity of its body. The wind begins to whistle as it blows through the holes already in the creature, causing the rot to spread. It rears back and gives another belt with its trunk, now sounding as an orchestra of horns, as the holes within its trunk begin to reverberate and sound. Panicked, it begins to run.
After it!
I was already crawling. As I hear catch it, I stand up, holding the hammer on my shoulder, and start running towards the mammoth. Trying to go uphill.
The road leading down into the valley slopes upward as the mammoth continues to run along.
I try and run into a vantage point instead. There's no way I'm catching up with them. Maybe there's some higher point I can have a view on this.
One of the sides of the canyon's much taller than the other.
I rush towards there, try and climb it.
Knucklebone, the mammoth, its heavy footsteps leaving clear tracks as it rushes faster and faster towards the horizon.
Keep on powering through, using my free hand as another appendage. Following the rotten smell, hair flowing in the air.
Go ahead and roll will.
Failure.
The smell of rot, something about it is oddly appetizing.
Stomach grumbles. I shake off my head.
The wound in your arm growing hotter. Milk Eye.
Right. I've climbed up. I see Knucklebone is chasing, and the mammoth, I've cast the spell on it. It's doing its thing, but Knucklebone needs to succeed now, and I'm trying to make the winds beneath his feet support his massive weight and have him be faster. I do fail on that one. Whoa. I'm too panicked at this point. It's like, and caught out of breath, certainly.
The force attempting to be extended to the elements. There's a bit of pushback. A reminder from your master to not tempt the fates too often. His voice reverberates. We do not put our hands on the scales of nature. We simply ask for their help. Now the sound of lighter footsteps, still heavy but lighter than the mammoths and much faster. From behind, Milk Eye.
Oh no. I try and hide. Maybe that's my best first instinct. Is that finesse?
Your choice.
Yeah, finesse awareness. Yeah, I will do finesse. That's a failure.
A dark shadow flies overhead as a large saber-toothed cat jumps over top, landing in front, chasing after the mammoth. Another one. 3 of them now chasing after.
I finally make uphill. Once I make uphill, I stumble a bit and I fall to the ground, supporting myself with my elbow, and I start seeing weird colors in my eye. Start dragging my hand over my face, smudging some sweat and grit.
The fast approaching sounds of large cats running behind, as 3 perfectly healthy, perfectly fine saber-toothed cats are giving pursuit to the mammoth.
I mean, they can have the mammoth. They can have. I mean, they're not going to eat the bone. I need to do something for Knucklebone. I guess Milk Eye is trying to look around for anything that could help him in this pursuit. He's currently stunned. He's not sure what to do. And that's still a failure to find anything useful.
Knucklebones, having now stumbled on the ground. He's trying to get back to his feet.
I raise my head, narrowing my eyes, as almost the sun is burning my eyes. I try to catch a glimpse of the mammoth, and I see its silhouette far up, way ahead, and I see weird geometry emanating from the mammoth, and I get mesmerized by it. My eyes widen as I see triangles and squares emanating. This oftentimes forms wings and eyes in many colors, and I freeze. Even my breathing regulates.
The cats running now faster. A dark shadow as one of them leaps over you. Another dark shadow as the other one leaps over you. And finally, the last one running towards you, directly at you, tries to bump you with its large legs. Failure. Narrowly misses, continues to run.
The wind of its moving shakes my back hairs as I have an instant reaction to kind of pummel it with my elbow without even knowing what it is. Sluggishly fail.
The creature too quick. Wind against your elbow. Okay.
At this point, I'm trying to run to Knucklebone, or at least get close enough on the other side of the valley. I get the idea. Knucklebone, let them attack the mammoth. We just need the bone. They can have the meat, but we must make sure the mammoth loses. The cats are now the men we needed.
I stand up. I did not hear anything. I walk towards the beautiful, mesmerizing geometry emanating from that giant rotten mammoth. I let go of my hammer and start lumbering towards the mammoth.
The mammoth now being accosted and being attacked by these cats as they claw and rip at its flesh. Yeah, taking large bites out of it. It's spinning around its trunk, braying and making noise. With each new bite, more air escapes as the sound just becomes more and more of a hiss.
At this point, I'm running to Knucklebone. Like he's just lumping, so I'm pretty sure maybe I'll be able at this point to reach him. I grab the drug I had. He's currently not going well. Maybe I can help him later, but right now he may be worse off. It's less out of a drinking, more of a smelling. So opening it up, I'll try somehow to forcefully, like either trick or forcefully have Knucklebone smell it.
Go ahead and roll. And Knucklebones, you can roll too.
Right, this is... I'll make it a melee.
This is an opposed roll.
Okay, that's a 37. But, of course. So I succeed barely, but...
Even though my mouth is agape, most of the drink dribbles off to the sides. I keep on walking now a bit faster towards the mammoth being attacked, ignoring whoever's on my back. This lightweight.
The drink, the substance appearing to have no effect.
Dang it. What do we need to do? I need him to carry the skull. The cats need to make do with it here.
Milka, the bite on his arm now begun. The skin around it starting to turn gray, dark gray.
I get a bad idea.
His eyes starting to grow a thin, milky film across them.
Well, a stone dagger would not be able to do this. I'll take out the obsidian. Sorry, Knucklebone. I'll try and cut him.
Go and roll.
Try and just cut the arm. Definitely not with the first try, but basically trying to get his lop his arm off with this wound. That's a failure on my part.
I feel a stinging in my arm. Instinctively, I reach, grab the first thing I feel, and I curl toward front of me as strong as I can.
I'll try and defend against that. Another failure. No.
Milk Eye flung across the ground, rolling.
Knucklebone, listen to me. I'll try once again to get through him. At this point, even if it's with my specialty, not a failure.
I stop a bit, looking at my arm, and shake off my head. Once again, I start swiping off the sweat out of my face, feeling the pain.
A red trickle beginning to emanate from your nose.
Don't have much time. This must succeed here. I look at the mammoth and the cats. What's the state there?
The mammoth now down on the ground as the cats continue to eat and eat. One of them, now separated off to the side, walking around, begins to look rather like sallow. Like its skin starts to hang a little bit heavier off of its body.
Sallow, this is spreading. Okay, no, we need to get rid of the cats too now.
Knucklebone, the same geometric patterns and shapes now beginning to emanate from one of the cats, the one that walked off to the side.
I get once again hypnotized now by the tiger. Looking
Snap
at
out
it.
of it.
Go ahead and roll another will check, please, Knucklebone.
I start walking towards the non-threateningly, weirdly enough, towards the sallow saber-tooth.
It meets your eyes, returning the non-threatening demeanor.
I stand there, my eyes getting milkier, frozen in place, staring deep into the tiger, seeing a desert of infinite geometries expanding forever onward.
This is hopeless. The cats, the way they're eating it, the mammoth's already on the ground. Maybe I can have it, once it decomposed just enough, have the skull roll down the hill, and at that point I can improvise. I know I've tempted the spirits already. I'll still try one more time. Just this nudge, and then we can be done here. So I'll roll for another will. That's a failure.
Nothing shifts. It's almost like calling out to a void and hearing nothing but the echo of your voice. One of the cats popping an eyeball out of the skull of the mammoth. It chomps down onto it as it is barreled by the other cat. Now also beginning its transformation. They begin to fight with one another.
The sudden movement, I kind of try to shake off my head. As I look back, I see Milk Eye. There's no color, there's no geometry to him. and my eyebrows furrow a bit as I not really recognizing, like, mesmerized why he doesn't have color.
He stares at me. Let me visualize the thing. It's like Knucklebone is standing in front of me at this point next to the cat. Now the two cats are fighting. The third cat is still munching, and there's still the corpse there. At this point, I need to rely on my own craftiness. I have rope. I, at this point, tie the obsidian dagger. If I need to pierce bone, that's the only thing that can pierce bone. And I then would basically try and... I can't throw it. But I need to first try and throw the dagger to the skull, just some part of the skull of the mammoth, just to pierce it. Of course, using my worst skill. That's what we do in this house. That is a failure, barely.
The dagger affixed to the rope sticks into some of the flesh that's left on the creature. It now barely crawling, trying to get back to its feet, but unable to do so. One of the cats in this struggle flings the other as it knocks into the head of the mammoth, and a loud is heard as the neck bone snaps. The geometry, Knucklebone, the geometry from the mammoth fades as it is a lifeless corpse.
I staring at Milkai. The geometry start taking a form, a humanoid form, a colossal shape of a person standing behind Milkai, and he points at Milkai. My stomach rumbles. My hand goes to my stomach, and I start walking towards Milkai, lumbering.
Right. Now here goes nothing. I run against Knucklebone and try and slip past his legs and hurry to the mammoth head just to grab it. That's not my only plan. After that, we'll improvise.
My hand going, trying to catch the figure that I don't even recognize anymore.
All right, this is going to be finesse. Yeah, that is a failure on my part.
Milkai, narrowly able to slip through the ground, grabbing a little bit more than you were expecting, as you can stop sliding just behind Knucklebone. The wound in his arm, now that gray spreading down to his entire arm, spreading now onto his chest.
As I miss it, I look up where the geometry being was, and its face, or what looks like a face, is contorting towards a smile that looks like a giant moon, crescent moon.
Milkai runs to the mammoth head, trying to just grab it, ignoring the cats, basically. Just if they scratch him, fine. He just wants to grab it and then push his entire weight to tumble down the hill with just the head. That's his plan.
Go ahead and make a body check.
Mm-hmm.
Or melee, your choice.
Melee. That's a failure.
The mass of the head, too heavy to move. One of the cats staring you down, milky white eyes. The dagger next to you.
I reach for the dagger and speak, not to a living, but a dead. I will have the skull. You may have the rest. And honestly, I scream that to Knucklebone as well. Might as well. It's the same language for all the dead. Or the undead, I suppose. That is still a failure, though.
The cat stares, gives a sort of a turn of the head, begins to slowly walk towards Milk Eye. Saliva dripping from its jowls. Milky eyes.
I looking towards the main center point of everything that's going on. All the geometry is coalescing into that little nucleus that is Milk Eye and the tiger. As I start walking, foam and saliva dripping from my mouth.
There goes my die. So, at this point, I know I'm pretty much fucked. I tried everything physical again. Dagger in hand. Like the skull, I'm holding it. I'm holding the thing I need. It's just one last force I need. As such, third time's the charm. I know in the next life, whatever the fuck, I will pay for this. I'll ask. Let me fall down with the skull. Let me be gone from here. Just give me the nudge. And I'll try and call the winds one more time. And it does succeed. This one does succeed.
The cat breaks off into a run, sprinting towards you with immense speed. It barrels towards you with teeth bared as the wind blows, toppling you back as gravity takes you. Roll body.
Mm-hmm. That is I don't know, 8. That's a failure.
The sharp rocks of this sheer cliff as it cascades down into the valley. The rocks cut deep into your body, crimson laid as you topple down. Reduce yourself down to 1 strike.
Take 2.
I rush towards where the tiger was, trying to follow Milk Eye now, running on all fours.
The skull toppling down after him, the tusks breaking off and being left behind, but the skull still covered in a fair bit of meat, cushioning the fall as it rolls down. Milk Eye, the skull, rolls a few feet away from you.
All right. It's gone from here. I can't carry this. I run towards the village. Try and get into there. Explain something, whatever. Let's get there. I'll try and run towards the village, towards the smoke.
The blood coming out from Milk Eyes shine like rubies. And I get thrown into a frenzy as the geometry started exploding. And I rush behind Milk Eye. Success.
I defend against it. I succeed in my defense.
The large mammoth's head in the way as the saber-toothed cats, one of them begins to run down across, beginning to gnaw at the skull, getting in the way of Knucklebone. Milk Eye ahead, the village, smoke still emanating from it.
I rush and I scream from the top of my lungs. I need a monster! Wait, I need help!
A crowd of people begin to emerge from the various mud huts, some of them with thatched roofs, popping out, carrying all manner of spears and weaponry. Monster! Monster! Monster sighted! Began to rush, seeing you. Have you been bitten?
I have not.
I appear from above you with both my arms raised.
I hold a charm of
like
protection.
a one man stampede running after Nicolas.
I succeed exactly a 50. Just holding up the charm. Knucklebone, listen to me. You're still in there.
The people begin to throw spears, begin to throw items and other weapons, stones, darts, as much as they can. A cloud of projectiles flies towards Knucklebone.
Success.
A few of them piercing in. Not enough to do any damage, though. A voice pierces your mind, that of Milk Eye, not speaking to the monster, but speaking to his friend. Roll an easy will check.
As I mid-air, out in the middle of a pummel strike, I kind of go limp and I fall on the floor, raising a cloud of smoke, some spears and arrows, like a porcupine coming out of my back. The geometry starts fading, and I black out. Go limp.
Okay. People start to rush behind and around you, going towards Knucklebone, all wielding weapons as they begin to rear back to strike and stab and kill him.
I am at fault of this, not him. So I'll finish it. The dagger I grasped, the obsidian dagger I held on to before. Like now that Knucklebone is staring at me. No, it's Knucklebone. I know he is there. He's listening to me. You did good. And I stab him into the heart.
A warm pain.
You did good.
Familiar. Human. Geometry fades. What is dead? What is dead has died.
All the hair on my body goes down, and I somewhat, almost like sleeping in peace, I lay there.
No more! He's dead! Like, I don't want them to touch him anymore. Milk at this point crying. Shaking.
With one final stab, the people all back away. The last vestiges of life, Knucklebone's clinging onto it. Go ahead and reduce yourself down to 1 strike. Knucklebone now back in control of his faculties.
I see that something is there. Knucklebone. The skull. We need to bring it to the forest. I have solves. I have things. But we just need to bring the skull. That's all we need to do. And
my eyes have opened. There's a mucus spitting off of my eyelids. But I'm mesmerized with a visage of 1,000 people walking, following a river with the sun setting at the end of the river. And I see myself standing up and following them into the sunset.
It's fine. You did your job.
The final breath leaves Knucklebone's body. The people crowding around reach down to grab Milk Eye.
I don't resist. I'm not going to make a scene.
Several of the people crowd off to go chase away the saber-toothed cats, and the people bring Milk Eye into the center of the town. Seeing the bloodshed and the carnage, one of them, his leg must be broken. Look at it.
I fell down a cliff. But I'm alive. That's all that matters. I bruised myself against the rocks, but I carry no wound of the cursed. I am a shaman, and I mean to restore a ward from my village. Once I've restored it, I'm sure I can reproduce it as well.
One of the men walks up, a similar smear across his chest, but blue instead of red. He approaches as the people now have laid you down onto a table, and rests a hand on your forehead.
I mean, I know I'm gonna get shit for this. I'm presenting the dagger.
Chief Red Heart sent us to recover a mammoth skull. It lies at the river, at the valley. We just need to bring it. If you can help me, we can with good conscience keep this. This is one of the great treasures we have.
He takes your arm and puts it back down onto your chest. Says, "Rest. Tomorrow we will carry this ward to your people. But for now, rest."
I will. I have much to answer for.
And I think we'll end it there.
Yeah. All right. This was quite fun. We went quite long, almost 2 hours.
Yeah, actually, well, as far as the actual session goes, we did just shy of an hour and a half, which is actually kind of cool.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, cool. So that was a lot of fun. That was really, really great.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Failed a lot of them, but really succeeded on a very important
20
one.
rolls.
So many rolls.
I mean, yeah,
rolls.
I'm checking against 30 and 30 most of the time.
Yeah,
but that like the 160 minus 40, that landed, and that had to land.
Yeah. Man, no, that was good. No, that was great. I think I really enjoyed your characters, dude. It was the most insane thing when Knucklebones fumbled on his defend, and then or no, what was it? It might have been the opposite. You fumbled on your attack, and and the monster critted on its defend.
Yeah, so that's immediately correct.
Just take a strike, and then of course, like getting bit by the zombie, that early on. Like, I wasn't even expecting that to happen, so that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. That was great.
And I was telling my wheel like a second HP for my like how long would it take for me to like lose it.
Yeah,
and I have only 20 wheels, so I had only 2 hits. Like the second wheel I failed, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm turning.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was good. Nico, I think you did really well with the role playing. My recommendation would be, there were, and this is totally normal for new folks who aren't well versed in the 4D style. There were some times where you sort of got into a little bit of the "I'm going to" sort of thing. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. There was a time where you kind of started to get a little bit rambly. The biggest piece of advice I can give for that is to try to keep in mind that when we're doing 4D, it is really helpful, both like from a game perspective, but also like just from the player's perspective. If we keep in mind, try to keep our turns to what we say, what we're doing, we say where we are, and then we say what we say. It doesn't necessarily have to be in that order, but if you keep in mind where your character is, what your character's doing, and then what your character says, it really keeps you kind of in that immediate mindset, and helps to kind of keep things moving along, so that there's not the confusion of where is the this is over here, but this is right here, but wait, what about this thing? If that makes any sense. But yeah, my recommendation: you go back and listen back to the session, and rewatch it, both just because it's fun, and I think this was a really good session. I really loved, dude. I got to hand it to you, Nico. Just the idea of without the dice telling us to do so, saying, "Hey, let's just go ahead and roll the d20 again and add that to whatever we're doing." I thought that was great.
Yeah, because survival and you can only do survival zombies if it was zombies noir or like or zombies action or something. But we basically just had one genre, so I was like, now we need to add another one. Come on.
I thought it was good. Nicolas, as always, loved your character, dude. That was great.
Yeah, me too.
Really interesting direction that this game went. I certainly wasn't expecting there to be the whole aspect of Knucklebone getting infected. Like that kind of took me by surprise.
I wasn't expecting it either. I was ready to smash some zombies like in a cartoon,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
And
in the end, I was expecting Knucklebones just destroy Milk Eye.
Oh yeah, but the dice were funky today, so
yeah. I mean, defend is my second highest, so it's like a 50. He's sort of lucky / unlucky getting into the situation. It's like I'm almost seeing it. Not that he's really lucky, but it's like he's so unlucky. Now he's not dying here. His torment will go on into the next day and so on.
I was blessed. That actually reminded me another thing I would recommend to sort of keep an eye on is make sure that you're actually describing what it is your character is doing instead of just saying, okay, I'll defend against that. Take what the person describes, the zombie running towards you, trying to slash at you, and then describe your reaction to that. In a way that would make sense to defend on that thing, if that makes sense. So
I tried doing that, but I definitely also said defend. Like for example, like the last attack, I did also say like with the charm and just screaming at Knucklebone to snap out of it again, and so that sort of thing. Yeah. Less mechanic, and especially in the very beginning, also was describing my like what I rolled, and then. Got again used to just saying success and success, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that wasn't too big of a deal as far as like just saying, with us, because it's a high trust game, you don't have to tell us what it is you roll or what it is like your target number is, because we trust that you're gonna be honest about it and not lie. Of course. And same thing with like when you rolled that 10 with that really really hard. With that difficult check, like you didn't have to show us the dice results. We believed you.
I know.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was good. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a blast. Nico, I think you have proven yourself to understand what it is we're doing here. So by my accounts, you're vetted. You're welcome to join in any games that I'm running, and we'd love to have you in as many as we can get you in there. As is tradition, we will go ahead and swap things out. So we had zombies and of
Stone
course.
Age.
Oh well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say zombies just because. Just because that's what the dice gave us, and I don't want to muddy things up. As far as replacing things, if we had rolled a 20, which that lets us roll 2 and mix, then I would replace both of them. But just because it was just the one, and it was our guest's recommendation, then I'll just do the one. Alrighty, so zombies. What do we have in our? So we had multiple personality, we had escape room, and liminal. These are just some possibilities that we had.
Mhm.
I like the idea. Let me see. Do we have? I'm gonna put liminal in this one. So like traversing a liminal space, that sort of thing. Y'all are familiar with like
Sort of like almost like in a dream world type of thing.
kind of,
Almost
yeah,
Alice in Wonderland, maybe.
sort of like a back rooms kind of thing. You know, where
Okay.
it's where it's kind of like our world, but not exactly. Sort of a dreamscape. We've had dreamscape in the past, and that's been a lot of fun. But I really like the idea of sort of being transported to another place that's just creepy, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that is that's going to be that. Cool. So that is all from us. Pop that off of there. Cool. But yeah, that's all from us. Folks, thank you so much for checking this out. For the folks who caught this live, we had a couple people pop in. Of course, we had Melnick pop in, and Elf Hunter, of course, had to leave, but that's perfectly fine. So, but yeah, for the folks who are checking this out live, we thank you all so much. For the folks who are going to see this after the fact and check this out on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. As always, thank you all so much for being a part of this and for coming and watching this. Nico and Nicolas, thank you so much for gaming with me today. This was a lot of fun. Really happy, Nico, that we were able to actually get this done and get it all scored. Finally.
I'm glad I ended up with playing after someone as well, and instead of it just being a one-on-one. Like playing with Nicolas was also really fun.
Yeah. Nicolas is great, and glad to have all that finally be taken care of. But yeah, that is all from us. Thanks, folks, once again for checking this out. We will see you all in the next one. So we have next week. I will not be a part of this. It's going to be Chris. Thanks, Skeleton is going to be taking care of things. I have another engagement to go take care of. But yeah, and then after that, we got the 12th and we got the 19th, and that is it. That is the rest of the weekly no preps for the year. These next two tables I'm going to be a part of, I'm really excited about, and I hope everything is able to work out well and it's able to all be squared away. But yeah, it's going to be a blast, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, thanks, folks. Once again, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace and God bless.
Bye.